Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we continue the story from start to finish, delving deeper into the web of intrigue and betrayal surrounding CEO James and the tough Lieutenant Dipe. In the previous episode, we saw Dipe, after a long recovery, return to his aunt and uncle's peaceful country home. But that peace was short-lived. The villain John, who has long harbored a deep grudge against James, finally makes the first move in a sinister plan. In a surprising turn of events, John secretly sends his trusted henchman to kidnap Dipe, not only to seek revenge but also to use her as leverage to take down James. However, fate takes an unexpected turn when an unexpected savior appears, Trang. Once a formidable opponent of both Dipe and James, Trang shows up just in time, rescuing Dipe from his kidnappers. But what is behind her sudden intervention? Is she truly remorseful, or is this just part of a much bigger, more dangerous plot? Has Trang really changed? Can James trust her again? And what about Dipe? Will she fall for the same love trap again? All these questions and more will be revealed in today's video. Stay tuned until the end to not miss the latest developments in this fierce battle between justice and revenge. Trang, the woman who had once vehemently opposed Dipe, found herself in a moment of reckoning. By chance, she had overheard two of John's most loyal henchmen plotting to kidnap Dipe. At first, Trang had no intention of intervening. In fact, she thought she had no reason to care about a man who had once been her rival. But as she walked away, something inside her began to stir. The image of Dipe's eyes, so sincere, so forgiving, haunted her mind. Trang had lived most of her life in selfishness and resentment, but something had changed inside her. For the first time in years, she felt a strong urge to do the right thing. She turned silently and dashed forward, reaching Dipe in time to warn him. Her intervention was heroic, as Dipe narrowly escaped capture. Back at John's hideout, the failed mission has left him furious. His loyal followers report back, stunned by their unexpected savior. Trang, his once trusted ally, the daughter of his longtime partner, has betrayed him. For John, this is more than a failed mission. It is a betrayal he cannot bear. The woman who loved James and tried to eliminate Dipe is now trying to save her. Has she truly changed? John, both angry and confused, immediately began planning his next move. He went to Trang's father, Mr. Nong, to discuss a new, terrifying plan. Trang just saved Dipe, John said, his eyes full of calculation. This is the perfect opportunity to gain her trust. Let Dipe and James believe she's on their side, and once that trust is strong enough, she'll be our secret weapon. Mr. Nong, however, was torn. As a father, he loved Trang deeply, but he also understood the burden of revenge and power that had been part of their family's past. Trang is stubborn, he said softly, but she's also sensitive. If she finds out the truth, she could break down. John, however, remained undeterred. He envisioned a future where Trang, trusted by James and Dipe, could lead them into a trap, eventually overthrowing James and his entire empire. It was a seductive plan, promising power and retribution. Mr. Nong reluctantly agreed, knowing that the desire for justice, however twisted, was a force not easily denied. He saw a glimmer of hope in his daughter's actions, but he also foresaw the storm that was coming. That afternoon, Mr. Nong sat down next to Trang. His voice was softer than usual, without the sternness she was accustomed to. "I know you helped Dipe escape," he began, "and I understand why you did it. But you must know, my girl, that all of this is part of a much bigger story." Trang listened silently as her father told her of a bitter past, a past that stretched back to her grandfather's time. The James family had destroyed her family, taken everything her family had, and led to her grandfather's downfall. The pain and hatred still lived on in her father, shaping every decision he made since then. Trang's heart broke as the pieces began to fit together. The man she loved, James, was unwittingly linked to the very origin of her family's misfortune. But as she listened to her father speak, the conflict within her grew. Would she really help her father bring down James? Is it worth sacrificing the man she loves for a past she had nothing to do with? Trang's heart is broken. She loved James with all she had, without calculation, without pretense. However, she could not ignore the years of suffering her father had endured. But in the end, Trang made a choice. She promised her father that she would help him restore the family's honor, but not out of blind revenge. It was her last chance to prove that she could bridge the gap between love and loyalty. After her conversation with her father, Trang knew she had made her decision, but it was not an easy one. She could not shake the feeling that once she had entered this game, there was no turning back. As she considered her next steps, she knew she needed answers from James. One evening, under the golden light of sunset, Trang went to James. The hot-tempered woman of the past was gone. Instead, she was calm, composed, and searching for something deeper than simple answers. "James," she began softly, "I need to know the truth. Do you know anything about the past between our two families?" James seemed surprised. After a moment of silence, he shook his head. "No, Trang, I don't. All I know is that my grandfather died of a heart attack when I was young. There was never any conflict between our families. Trang was silent. His answer was simple, sincere. And for the first time, she understood. The quarrel between the two families was not their doing. It was a war of the past, but not one they initiated. And at that moment, Trang realized something else. I can't go on like this, she said softly. I can't hurt innocent people. I can't destroy the happiness of the man I love just because of something that happened long before we were born. Trang's decision is not without consequences. She knows John will not tolerate any form of resistance. If he discovers that she has betrayed him, he will stop at nothing to punish her and her father. However, Trang remains resolute. She has made her choice, and now she must walk the difficult path of redemption. But as the night falls, Trang finds herself facing one final test. Her father's plan has been carried out, and his thirst for revenge still burns. Can Trang protect James and Dipe while navigating the dangerous world into which her father has drawn her? So, has Trang really changed? Is she strong enough to resist the pull of her family's past and do the right thing? Can she protect the man she loves and the woman she once considered her rival from the growing threats around them? And will John's plan come to fruition, or will Trang's quiet resistance change the game? These questions remain unanswered, until now. But one thing is clear. In this game of loyalty, love, and revenge, there are no easy choices. Don't miss the next episode, where we delve deeper into the tangled web of trust, betrayal, and redemption. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Trang will choose the right path? Like, share, and subscribe so you never miss a beat in this thrilling tale.